Hi, I'm Virginia from Right Clinic, and here with me today is Valerie. Valerie has been a healthcare marketing manager in the UK and in Asia Pacific. She's in Hong Kong right now for more than 10 years. She became a freelance writer nearly 2 years ago and is now an SEO, search engine optimization, health blog editor. And she's also the owner of her own business, T Healthcare. Thank you so much for being here today, Valerie.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Virginia. Thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you. So thank you so much again for your time today. I'm sure our audience will be really interested in this episode. So let's start with the first question. What do you do and how did you get into it?
So I'm a health blog editor and I have a particular focus for SEO, which is about optimizing blogs. So I'm working together with health and medical writers, and I cover the SEO research as well as the editing, which seems to be a good combination. It's been working well so far. It's still new to me. I started this end of last year. Basically, my mission is to help writers rank their blogs so that it gets read by as many people as possible and by the right people, most importantly, which I believe is a great value when it comes to patient education in particular.
Amazing. So can you tell me a bit more about what it means to rank your content?
Right. So we have a few techniques to help. If you know about accessibility, it's of a similar concept. So now if you want to help visually impaired people, for example, to get access to content which would be in an image, you would use some text called alt text to describe that image for them. And SEO in a way is quite similar. So we try to help Google, the little robots from Google, to go through content and identify what this is all about and what we're trying to do when we're writing about this topic. So the idea is still and always to provide quality content, which is what I'm mostly focusing on. So I make sure that we have content that is accurate, of course, trustworthy, with a high authority, expertise, some personal experience, if we can bring that into the blog, because this is what makes quality content in general, and this is what is appreciated by Google. So with SEO, you've got to learn a few. With SEO, you have to learn particular techniques to help Google. But most importantly, when you learn SEO, it's going to help you upskill yourself as a writer. That's the way I see it, to make sure that you provide quality content and relevant content in particular.
Amazing. So when you do SEO, the ranking is essentially what position that you appear on the search results page on Google, for example. So if you type in, how do I stop my hair from falling out or something like that, then you want to have a good quality article at the top, and Google will take into account everything that Valerie has said. So the accuracy, the expertise, authority, and also personal experience as well. So whether that is possible case studies, so patients saying that they've tried the treatment, or even possibly publications saying that this is a treatment that works because there was a study published and 100,000 people were part of it, and all of the kind of technical statistics and things that you will interpret for people as a medical writer. So Valerie is an essential part of creating content, especially for the internet and especially for blogs, which is Valerie's specialty. So what do you know now that you wish you knew earlier to help you get a head start in your career? Or how did you get into it? Did you find a particular course, or were you inspired by someone, or did you notice a need in the market? What do you wish you knew earlier?
Right. So I got into freelancing without any specific idea of what I was going to do, but I started doing online trainings and training myself around digital marketing space due to my background being in healthcare marketing. And that's when I started to learn more about SEO, which I knew, but without any practical experience. So freelancing allowed me to get that practical experience and learn more about it. And that's how I realized, oh, actually, it's not that complicated and it's quite interesting. And what I also noticed with SEO is that the clients that I secured early on are still with me today because of the request for high volume and consistency in the number of blogs they need to nurture their site for SEO. So it was a way to give me some safety in terms of income and work, regular work. And that's how I ended up doing mostly SEO blogs, in particular educational blogs. But it was kind of random and a lot of experimentation at first, which I'm sure it's the case for a lot of freelancers. And you need to go through that phase to even know what you like or not. That's how I ended up in SEO.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, that was a great answer. I think it's so important what you said about, not knowing what you were going to do, but then finding out it was easier than you thought. And then also having clients that continue to want your services as well, to give you that confidence and that stability in your business. And you do, if you are listening to this or watching this, you do have to go through that experimentation phase to find out what you like. So I totally agree with you, Valerie. And I definitely went through that myself. And I never thought, I would end up doing what I'm doing now, which is video, because I thought I'll do writing. And now I'm going more into video and even more into social media as well. But I think the other thing is to consider is that the landscape changes. But I think blogs will always be kind of the core of the internet. And you'll always have a blog with text, because that is probably one of the most accessible ways to have content. Because even if you create a video, you still have to write the subtitles, you still have to do the metadata, you still have to write a description. And so you'll always have writing as the basis for any kind of content. And SEO as well, because the way people find things on the internet is they're going to search for it, or a lot of people are going to be attracted to your website because it has very unique information, and then it will be suggested to them. But most people find content by actually searching for it. So there's a lot of longevity in Valerie's strategy in doing healthcare blogs. So well done for that. It's a good business to be in. And I think it's going to keep growing. And like you said, people want more volume. And if you can see, even from the excitement around artificial intelligence and AI like ChatGPT, people have been wanting more content for a long time, and they want it to sound and read like a human. But the only way to do that is to get a human to work on it. So yeah. What are your thoughts on AI actually around creating content?
Yeah, AI is a great tool. So I'm not an AI terrorist, and I don't advise writers against it. Quite the opposite. But it doesn't replace essential skills. So when I talk about SEO, I like to think, okay, you've got the basic skills right first before we start talking about ChatGPT, and then how it can help you become even better and faster. But I think it's great as a source of inspiration as writers when we get stuck. So I use it mostly in the research phase for inspiration, or at the end of the article to get a summary of information. That's also very useful. Getting some help to write the conclusion or the key takeaways. That's great. What I advise against is to use ChatGPT and only ChatGPT to do a keyword research. This is when I think you have to go through the hustle of using an SEO tool, but there's a reason why ChatGPT is not reliable for that. So I always advise to use SEO tools instead of only ChatGPT for keyword research, which again could be great for inspiration, but you still need to check what you're doing in the SEO tool and Google as well. So I always very happy for writers to use ChatGPT, but it has to be done in a smart way. And of course, I think we all spot now miles away AI generated content. Like millions of people now. So yeah, I see this trend of having clients specifically requesting for particular insights, quotes, anything that makes the content more human, and it's highly valuable. It's even more valuable now than it was last year. So that's also why I'm really optimistic about us as freelancers and being able to promote writers and bring their strength to the right clients. It's something that I think I'm good at.
Yeah, I mean, it's keeping you in business, right? So you must be good at it. Sorry, I need to cough. So final question, excuse me. So what's next on the horizon for you, and what are you looking to do in order to grow your business, or what kind of paths do you want to take in future?
So what I'm working on now, and this will be the case until April, I'm working on preparing for the next step, which is for me to keep mentoring writers, but beyond the writers I'm working with as an editor. So I'm trying to help writers in picking up SEO and focusing on the essentials, because there's a lot going on about SEO, but as writers, actually, we don't need to know all the technicalities. So I'm focusing on bringing writers the big picture so that they understand why they have to do what they're asked to do by clients. And we go beyond that. So they get the big picture. They get my insights in terms of how to write quality content that's going to rank on Google, being able to detect the chances of ranking, because this helps you managing the client's expectations as well when you understand that. And of course, the idea is to help writers boosting their portfolio, because if you can show, if you're doing SEO blogs and you can show that your blogs have ranked or have been featured, position 0, even better, on Google, then you can add that to your portfolio and hopefully you can increase your rates, you can boost your profile this way. That's another reason why I like SEO. Hopefully you get results at the end that you can demonstrate to other clients. And at the end of the day, what I'm hoping is that I have writers coming back to me and saying, I just felt more confident, so I've been able to take on this SEO assignment. I know now that what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, or I'm able to position myself more as a business partner because I give them a lot of insights on how business is working from a marketing perspective. And I think a lot of writers with a healthcare professional background benefit a lot from this, so we're very complementary. Or anything, anything they can tell me in the next few months saying, oh, thank you, you've helped me for that. And it could be something beyond SEO that would make me so happy. That's why I'm doing this. And yeah, building a program is a lot of work. So that's what I'm going through right now. But from April, the program will be available in a group session as much as in a private session. And I'm involved into it. I spend time with the writers. I coach them. I give them everything they need in their career in general, anything I can help them with, contacts, information, everything that I wished I had when I started freelance writing.
Amazing. So that's really exciting to hear about. And I hope that you will mentor many, many people and help them to either start their career or boost their career. And it's really admirable that you are passing on your skills, because I think sometimes the internet, there's a lot of competition and there's a lot of, people who like to keep secrets, or they find something that works and then they repeat that process, but they don't want to tell anyone because they want to, stay ahead of the game. So it's really nice that you are going to be sharing what's been working for you, and that can help people to get their own clients and have their own freelance business, or even just help them to upskill so that they can make sure that they're providing writing which is going to perform, content that's going to perform. Because ultimately when we write, we want people to be able to see what we spent lots of time researching and creating, and we want to help the person who's on the receiving end, which is often a person in need of health information, whether that's a patient or a person who's looking after someone. And it's really important to keep that in mind as well, that that's why we do what we do. So thank you so much. And I'm sure we'll be seeing more of Valerie on the YouTube channel. So if you don't know, we have a YouTube channel. If you're watching it here, hello, thank you. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, then we have a YouTube channel. It's at Right Clinic, and we hope to see you there too. Thank you so much for watching or listening, and we'll see you at the next episode. Bye.